Okay, I guess we're in the middle of Perek Yud Aleph, Pasuk Yud Ches, and we are up to the Ka'os, the pelican. Here's a strange video. I don't know if you ever heard of a bird eating another bird. Well, we just saw one actually. A sparrowhawk wanted to eat a goldfinch, but here is a bird eating a bird.
Suitable for everyone in your household this morning. A pelican in London's St. James Park was caught on camera eating a pigeon.
Oh my God.
The pelican ate some breadcrumbs from a child and then snatched a nearby pigeon. The pelican held the bird in its beak before swallowing it whole. It's nearly unheard of for pelicans to eat birds. Their diet typically consists almost entirely of fish.
Okay, then we have Es Haracham and the magpie. And here we're going to see a video of a magpie imitating different sounds. Different sounds it's making. Okay, and now Pasuk Yutes, Ve'es HaChasida, and the stork. Rashi says, Lama nikra shma chasida. Why is it called a chasida, which means kindness? She'oise chasidus im chavreseh bim zaynis, because it is kind with its fellow storks in that it shares food with its fellow storks. So why is that a not kosher bird? Isn't it good to share? Yeah, it's good to share with all people, not just your own kind. It's not nice to have a clique of just your own kind. It's nice to be kind with everyone. Okay, so let's see the stork, the video. Once in a while, this program crashes, and that's why I'm breaking it up into smaller videos, because every once in a while it's temperamental. Okay, there we got a stork. I think it's hunting for, I don't know, mice or something. Its long beak does. It digs into the ground and it looks for, I don't know, different creatures. Let's fast forward this. Let's see. I think it's catching some stuff. That's what it looks like to me. The Es Ha'anafa and the heron. You didn't hear what I said? Mekenisht heron? A heron. Anafa is a heron. I think you have these guys in Florida. If you ever go to Miami in the wintertime for vacation, I think you could see these birds. Anafa heron. Okay, now there's a little weasel, little rodent called a gopher. And I think this heron over here is going to catch some gophers in the field. There's the heron. The others are geese. All of them is the heron. got one. Number one. Let's see a gopher. More gopher. I should actually say, it says in the pasuk, "Ha'nafa lamina," different species of parrots. Oh wow, it's water. Okay, you want to see one more? Okay, we'll watch one more. Water helps wash down the big wall of the bird. Okay, so it takes a gulp of water, has a little meat, water. Quietly, and then get it? Let's go for number two. Okay, good enough. Now the duchifas. Now I want you to take a look at this picture over here of the duchifas. We have actually two pictures. And if you'll notice, there's two different positions that you have on top of the head, the crown of the duchifas. Let's learn the Rashi on duchifas, haduchifas. Rashi says, Tarnagol habar. This is the wild rooster. B'charbultoi kfula. It's combed. That's the thing on top of the black spikes on top of its head. You know, like a rooster has a comb. So it's doubled over. That means it's bent down. Why is it called a duchifas? Because it's a combination of two words. Du comes the word hoidoi, and fas comes the word kafus. Its splendor, its crown is tied. You see, on the top picture, you could see its crown in all its glory. And then in the bottom picture, it's tied down, it's bent down. And Rashi also said that this is what it says in Gemara Gittin, that this is the Tarnago Habar. This is that special bird that was in charge of the shamir. The whole story about how Shlomo HaMelech needed this special worm to cut stones, because you're not allowed to cut stones for the Mizbeach and for the Beis HaMikdash. So he needed the shamir. You're not allowed to use an iron tool to cut the stones of the Beis HaMikdash. So he needed the shamir, and this bird was in charge of the shamir. It's a whole story, very interesting story. How he got it from, how he found out that the bird had it. He found out from Ashmedai, the head of the Shindalids. Maybe you could look up the story in Gemara Gittin. But anyway, this is the duchifas. So let's see a video of the duchifas. You'll see most of the video, the duchifas looks like the bottom picture, but there's one point, and look out for it, where you could see that all of a sudden it go, it's bent down, and all of a sudden it goes wee, and you could see it sprouting. Oh, there's the duchifas. You see now it's bent on top of its head, but at some point you're going to see its crown. But I think we need to fast forward it a little bit. Well, let's see a little bit of this. Good little bird. Got that long beak. Here's a little bit closer up view. Okay, so just take a look at it. Keep your eyes focused, because I think soon you're going to be able to see its crown. We'll see it. There, you see it? Oh, cool, cool. Can I do that again? Okay, let's do it again. Hang on 1 second. Patience, patience. Okay, let's see that again. That is Hoidoi. That is its splendor, its glory, its beautiful tone. Okay, what's next? This, oh, no, we're not up to here. Okay, this Talef, and finally, Talef, we don't really know what an Talef is. In modern Hebrew, an Talef is a bat. Okay, so that is it for the non-kosher birds. If we would know the exact translation of these birds, which we don't, there's different opinions about what the translations are, then we would say that all other birds in the world are kosher. But because we don't know the exact translation of these, we can't really speculate which birds are kosher or not. We know some basic signs of the non-kosher birds and the basic characteristics of those types of birds. They're scavengers and they rip at their food and things like that. But the Gemara does tell us signs of a kosher bird, like an extended leg, and there's different signs. There's a very easily peeled stomach. There's 4 different signs of a kosher bird. But in general, we need to have a tradition of what's kosher in order for it to be kosher. Now, not only birds are there, not only are there birds that fly that are kosher, there's other flying creatures that technically are kosher too, theoretically. And that is, there's certain species of grasshoppers. Believe it or not, there are certain species of grasshoppers that are kosher. It's going to read you what it says over here in the Medrash says. He says that the Torah allows you to eat certain kinds of locusts, of grasshoppers, and there are 4 characteristics which tell us that they are permissible. But nevertheless, we're only allowed to consume them if we have a reliable tradition that they belong to these categories of permitted grasshoppers. And the tradition, the minhag, varies from country to country. Yemenites, Temanim, for example, they do eat certain locusts, which would not be permitted to European Jews. Okay, so now let's examine these grasshoppers. If you're a little queasy, you don't have to watch. No one's forcing you to watch, but let's take a look. Okay, so the grasshoppers that are kosher, say the Psukim and also Rashi and also the Gemara, that besides for the 4 legs, you see where it says Raglayim and you see where it's pointing to, those are legs. But then there are jumpers, things that allow the grasshoppers to jump, and they extend above the body of the animal. Okay, so there's jumpers above the feet that allow it to jump and fly. And then also there's wings. Grasshoppers have, first of all, it has 4 wings, and also wings. The wings have to cover the entire body. There's different rules. Then you have some grasshoppers with a long head, a short head, long antenna, short antenna. There's all sorts of rules, and nowadays pretty much we don't know what the rules are to make grasshoppers kosher. And that's why we don't eat them. Otherwise, we would be having grasshoppers for dinner every night, right? Do you want to see people eating grasshoppers? Spartan or other people? Just wait and see. I'm going to show you. Okay, so but let's first look at the pasuk. Pasuk Chaf. Okay, everyone with me? We are up to Perek Yud Aleph. Pasuk Chaf. Kol sheretz oif hahoilech al arba. Every flying, creeping creature that goes on 4 feet, sheket hu lachem. It is disgusting to you, and you shouldn't eat it. So we're talking about flies, wasps, mosquitoes that have 4 legs. Till now, we're talking about birds that have 2 legs, but and then they have 2 wings. but then you have like mosquitoes, for instance, that have 4 legs and they creep and they also fly, so they are not kosher. However, Pasuk Chaf Aleph, Achazet Toichlu Kosher Ta'oif, Ha'helech Al Arba Asher Loichra Ayim Al Raglo. But what are you allowed to eat from those flying, crawling creatures that walk on 4 legs? You're allowed to have grasshoppers that have Ha'ayim Al Raglo, that have those jumpers above their legs, Lenataber Mal Ars, to be able to hop on the ground. As Eila Mehem Toichelu, these are the types of grasshoppers that you're allowed to eat. Okay, Es Ha'arbe Leminoi. So you're allowed to eat the red locust. Now, I know that this is a locust. I know it's red. I'm not sure if this particular one is kosher, but it translates here the red locust, the Es Hasolom Lemineu, and also the yellow locust. This one is yellow. Doesn't it look delicious? No, really, doesn't it look delicious? Don't you want to have that for supper tonight? Maybe if you really beg your mommy, can we have yellow locust for supper? Maybe she'll give it. The Es Hachargol Leminoi, and also a spotted gray locust, the Es Hachogav Lemineu, and a white locust. I do not have pictures of them. But anything that doesn't have these conditions that I talked about, then you're not allowed to eat those. Okay, no. You want to see people eating these? You want to see? You don't have to. Okay, let's take a look. This guy's in a restaurant. Those are the grasshoppers. That's a Svardish. This must be a Taimani, a Svardish kid. He's about to eat one. His father is feeding him a grasshopper. Yum, yum. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's for supper. Okay, you ready to watch this video? Okay, let's go.
Hello. Did that get in? Yep. Hey. Hang on, no. It's not on the button. Michael, tell me what you're preparing today. Just a very simple locust with za'atar and honey, maybe drizzled with olive oil and the side.
Sounds delicious.
One thing recommended cooking them whole, and the other one recommended twisting the head off and pulling the viscera out and taking the legs off before cooking them. Twist the head and the nasty bit, the leg comes out. That's the viscera has come out. I looked at a recipe today. It said don't pull off the jumping legs.
The jumping legs.
Should I pull the heads off all the stuff? I mean, do you want to eat the wings? Someone said that the legs and the big legs were quite. They said they were quite plump and meaty, a bit like.
Meaty? I wouldn't quite go that far.
So what should
they're big.
Yeah, but za'atar is a Yemenite spice. That sounds like an appropriate thing for a Yemenite food. But no, my intention is to roll them in this on the plate. Oh, and then fry. Yeah, and then fry them. Not much to it, is there? It's not very much of a dinner.
But no, I don't think it'd be very filling.
We'll have some honey on first and then the za'atar.
Yeah, because yes.
No, I'd say now roll the locusts in it, and then they'll be so then the za'atar will stick to it.
We'll try one.
I love the way we all become expert locust cooks. Well, the last time I cooked one,
just common
I left it to marinade overnight. Actually,
You're quite welcome to forward the video.
Right, so let's try
that's
one.
plenty.
Is the oil hot? Yeah.
So what is this?
This is
Tasty.
Herring, whatever. We'll find out. I think it needs to.
Sesame chickpea. Oh, now they look really revolting.
They do, don't they?
That looks tasty.
Roll.
Definitely smushy.
Now, when I phone the people, I said it's very important. They said, no, it's the same varieties. I don't know. I only want this just a Sakura gregaria. So she said, well, what difference does it make? I said, I'm doing some scientific research, and it's got to be exactly the right variety.
It actually smells pretty good.
Yeah, that's because you're smelling the oil and the
Whoa!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that tiny one, 10, that's right. And there were 12 in the end in the packet. One was dead and one got mushed in the process.
Actually, this one looks quite nice. This one looks like it's been in a while.
It looks quite
That
nice.
was the first one.
More crunchy, so I know.
There was a Mishnah which discusses what bracha you should say on a locust. So the Mishnah says,
I'm just going to pause this video for a moment. He's going to read a Mishnah from Masechta Brachas. And in Masechta Brachas, in Perek Vav, it talks about different brachas you make on foods. And it says that on shakel, you make anything that is not giduloi mina aretz. Anything that doesn't grow from the ground. And as an example, the Mishnah says milk and eggs and cheese. But then it also says on grasshoppers, you make a shakel. Rabbi Yehuda argues, Rabbi Yehuda says, no, kol shu min klola, that if it's something that is a curse, and locust is a curse because they eat up the crops, then you don't make a bracha at all. But these guys, I think they're going to make a shakel on the grasshoppers. So let's play this again.
in the 6th chapter of brachas, al dor she'ein giduloi mina aretz.
Low fat.
Well, I think also low.
Enjoy.
He just ate.
Really quite tasty.
It could be the new Atalungi sprinkle soup.
I think they said that it tastes like chicken.
The legs aren't bad either.
No?
No, nice and crispy.
Okay, we're going to continue
Hey.
in the next video.